Welcome to Ballarat for the 2020 Ballarat Cup night. A very nice night here for Ballarat Cup night, particularly by Ballarat Cup night standards and by Ballarat weather standards, but a beautiful night here, and it's great to see about 150 or 200 people here on Cup night as well, which is something that hasn't happened for quite some time until recent days. And of course the big races we're covering tonight include the Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial, the Ballarat Cup and the Cup night match race. And joining me for the host on the panel tonight is James Vandermart. James, good evening.
Yes, happy to be here, mate. Exciting night, and I just caught you having a little bit of a dig at Ballarat, but the weather is perfect here. Sun is shining. It's about, I'd say, close to 20 degrees. It was mid to high 20s through the day, so lovely night for greyhound racing. It doesn't get much better than this, and the atmosphere of having people back at the track, how good is that? Yeah,
it's outstanding, mate. So we had a few people last night at Bendigo, and the atmosphere was such, and the desire to get back was such, we put the races back a race, and when the race announcer said we're back 20 minutes, the roar off the deck to say 20 minutes worth more of punning and drinking was enormous, and it's terrific to have that. And also joining us tonight, the glowing personality on the far left is Molly Haines. Molly, welcome.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. I feel like I'm a new addition to the panel this time around, but it's great to join everyone, and I can't wait for this Ballarat Cup. I think, although it probably may not have been the Ballarat Cup we anticipated straight out of the Melbourne Cup, I think I'm still happy with the field. And we also, at the start of the night, got to award Yozo Bale with Ballarat Greyhound of the Year, which was a nice little addition, a nice little add-on to a potential Ballarat Cup for the old Yozo Bale.
He's drawn box number one. He's every chance, isn't he, Yozo Bale? I think he's going to be a big player. But Molly, you seem very excited about this Ballarat Cup. What are you more excited about, the running of the Group 2 Ballarat Cup or 10 weeks away from meeting your little baby boy or girl?
Well, maybe the Ballarat Cup at this stage. my husband James won't be too happy about that comment. But no, look, I'm excited about both.
Yeah, and myself and Troy, we both agree you're absolutely glowing. So doing very, very well for 30 weeks pregnant, that is for sure.
Yeah, great to see you in front of the camera this time, not hiding behind it. But Molly will also be doing the presentations and hosting from the track as well, and a few other interviews later on. I suppose the first thing to talk about, of course, is the Ballarat Cup, and we'll go through the fixed odds, I guess, for the Ballarat Cup at this point in time, James, as we have a bit of a chat about the race. And as you said, Yozo Bale, the Ballarat Greyhound of the Year, and also the Bendigo Cup winner from a few months ago, is a $2.50 favourite at the moment, just ahead of Special Talent at box number 8 at $5. I should say short pork as well at $4.20. Then Tinker Craig at $9.50. And a couple of odds that are going to be right in the running. I think Fortuna Bale at $10, Daniel Avocado $10, Spring Hummer $16, and Dream Wizard the outsider at just $18. Just shows how tight and how contested a race the Ballarat Cup is.
It's a race that any of the 8 could win. I've been pretty open throughout the week saying that I think any of the 8 could win this Ballarat Cup. And when you go through that list, how often do we see, Molly, when the fastest qualifier into a race comes out and wins the final? In this case, it's Daniel Avocado. He's a $10 chance. It's crazy to be $10 when you are the fastest coming through.
Oh, without a doubt. But I think when you're throwing in a box draw, I think box draws change absolutely everything. They obviously are jumping from, well, some of them are jumping from different boxes to their heats, and then to come in, and especially when you've got the likes of Yozo Bale, who has claimed a country cup before. I mean, I was running with if he fluked a Bendigo Cup, but I don't think he did. I've gone back on my word there. I don't think he fluked it. I think he won it fair and square over Tigalong Tonk. So I think when he's drawn in box 1, you've got Corey Grenfell, who is just so confident from box 1, and Corey's not necessarily an out-and-out confident person around with his dogs and declaring them, but he is quietly confident with Yozo Bale's chances.
He got lucky in the Bendigo Cup.
I love Yozo Bale and was very impressed the last couple of weeks. And obviously he's won a Bendigo Cup, which obviously I'm honoured to have done. But I think he was pretty lucky. I'm sure they admit that themselves. I mean, Shimmer Shine was the unlucky runner, and then obviously Tigalong Tonk itself.
That's right.
So,
and we're not knocking the dog in any way.
Absolutely
it was just that field in the Bendigo Cup was extraordinary. I mean, I think we can openly say it was a stronger race than this year's Ballarat Cup, and hence he's come up as the $2.50 favourite from box number 1. But that was just how strong that Bendigo Cup was, and I guess you could break it down and say, well, Yozo Bale won that Bendigo Cup against a field of champions. He handled the pressure, a field of superstars. He's got a much easier assignment tonight in this Ballarat Cup, and you're getting $2.50. You're getting box number 1. He's had 8 starts to track, 5 wins. From box 1, he's got got a great record, and his lead up has been really good as well. 390 metre sprints, he's been dominating. He's full of confidence, and confidence is a big, big thing.
And he was unlucky last week. He watched the replay 3 or 4 times. Looks like it's only about a half-length check, but obviously he got momentum for these speed dogs going into the first turn. And when trying to cross from box 8, I reckon it probably cost him 2.5 or 3 lengths, which basically has him a 2-length winner of the 2 length further winner of the heat and 2 lengths faster time.
And that's exactly right. If he goes 25-20, and let's say then you add to that he's gone from box 8 to box number 1, I think that does bring him right into calculation as a huge player from the inside.
Oh, without a doubt. And then you throw in a name like Short Pork, who is just the ultimate professional. He performs against good dogs week in, week out, and I think box 4 could be a little bit hard for him. But a really interesting runner for me is Special Talent, and it's really just the name that does it for me. How much confidence, as both greyhound owners, trainers, breeders yourselves, how much confidence do you have to have in a dog to call it Special Talent?
A lot.
I probably wouldn't do it because I'd be worried I'm going to jinx it.
If one bloke was going to do it, it's going to be Mick Carter. I can guarantee you that.
and Troy, have you handled a Group 1 winner before?
No, I haven't. No,
I haven't handled a Group 1 winner, so Molly,
I have, yeah.
you can ask yourself that question. You know, as a Group 1 handler, as a winning handler of a Group 1, would you call a greyhound Special Talent if you knew they were going to be as good as he is?
I don't know whether I'm confident enough.
Or would you go with like Slinky Inky or something like that?
I mean, my first dog was Tonka Truck, so I'm really
not overly fast.
No, not overly fast. He was
tough.
a bit of a fighter as well, so that was always good.
Barring tickets.
Yeah, plenty. He retired quite early, poor old Tonka Truck, but that's right. No, it's just one of those conversation topics. I'd sat down and I was chatting to my husband James about it. And it's just like, I would love to have that ability to be that confident. I really, really would. So good on Mick. If he knows a dog's got talent, and he obviously does, it's fantastic to see.
I think this Bendigo Ballarat Cup has got a couple of different ways it can be ran, Troy. I think if Fortuna Bale crosses Yozo Bale, it just completely opens the race right up. If the outside brigade then come into calculation, but if Yozo Bale can punch through, hold Fortuna Bale, it means the rest of the field are going to have to come from at least third if they're going to win this Ballarat Cup, and therefore that's the main reason why at this stage I'm leaning to Yozo Bale. But you could chat to me in 10 minutes and I'll be leaving Yozo Bale out of the top 4. It is that hard of a Ballarat Cup.
And that's probably what he's been the whole week, trying to do form. You're chopping and changing and what if. And I guess for me, a little bit similar to the Melbourne Cup where Hardstyle Rico held the key as to how he was going to hit the boxes. I think Short Pork holds the same key for Ballarat Cup night tonight. If he begins okay, there's no doubt he's the fastest dog in the race.
Yeah.
If he begins like he does too often, he's going to struggle to run down dogs running 25, 10 and 20 up front.
I like the fact he's got Anthony Azzopardi beside his name as well. He's a big race winner, Anthony Azzopardi. He's won the Melbourne Cup. He's won so many great races, and if there's a man who can time it right, it could be Anthony Azzopardi and Short Pork. Probably a little bit of a surprise to see, that he is right up there in the market, although you go through his form, and that run at Sandown Park when he did get ran down by another one of Mick Carter's, it was impressive because his sections were so good. He ran them along, and then you compare that to last week where he did miss away. He did give them a little bit of a head start, but he did work through the field. Now, $4.20, I say on the way he ran last week, $4.20 is unders, but like you say, if he begins like Short Pork can, and let's face it, it's 20-30% of the time, well, he's probably the $2 favourite for the race, and that is another reason why it is so hard to sort out.
Yeah, it is. Molly, can you see Special Talent from the outside crossing this type of field?
I just think box 8 is a little bit sticky for me. I really, really do. I just think when you've got a dog like Yozo Bale who's drawn perfectly, and like you guys mentioned, Short Pork, who if he does actually come out, there's just no way anything's going to go near the dog. So I do think he's got his work cut out for him. I think he'll be in the placings without a doubt. I just don't know whether he'll actually be winning the Ballarat Cup. But I'm happy to say otherwise or think otherwise.
Yeah. Well, the one thing we haven't really mentioned yet on the show tonight, and everybody who's tuning in, welcome aboard, is the jolly Christmas setup that we have. We've gone really jolly for this Ballarat Cup, and I'm excited by it because I must say I went a little bit grinchy for a few years. Sort of didn't really care about Christmas lights anymore.
Can't be doing that.
I've got the little sun at home now, Sonny, and I've got the that little light that it's a solar powered one, but it throws like 10,000 lights on your house. I've got one of those, so it looks like I've set up a lot of lights, but it's only one solar powered device. But,
one step towards a grizzle.
But I'm slowly improving, and I used to be a real Santa man. Like I loved Christmas.
I could imagine that.
And I'm starting to get that back. So when I walked here tonight, sat down and just had a look around at this jolly setup, I thought, well, even if we don't tip a winner, it's going to be a good night.
Well, I'm at the opposite end of the spectrum. We've got Christmas lights on the kennels. We've got Christmas trees everywhere. The kids just love it, and they get that in their DNA. I guarantee you, from their old man. I just one thing that really gets me going is Christmas. I love it. So it was great to see Crent do this. And I said, Richard Gray said, I've had a very good COVID. I'm just impersonating Santa. That's all it is, Richard. I did make a statement a couple of weeks back. I needed the gyms open and my fridge closed. One's happened, the other one still hasn't.
Yeah, I'm tipping it's not the going to the gym. But no, look, it is good. It's a good time of year. And I know as a kid I used to get right around Christmas, but that was mainly because I could set up all of the Christmas lights and Mum and Dad would have to pull them all down. That's the boring part. But no, great to have. We've even got the Santa hats there, so if we tip a few winners, we might even pop those on as we go. But the racing isn't too far from getting underway, is it, Troy Boy? We've got the Ballarat to the Meadows race. It's a tricky race to try and sort out. I'm leaning to this favourite Leyenda because of the speed it's got. It's going to bounce to the front, but can it really run out 5:45 this campaign? That's the big question mark.
It is a big question mark. Aston Estate's run here last week was very good over the trip. I think they're the two runners, Aston Estate and Leyenda. I think 3 and 4 will be quinelling the race. It's a matter of which order that goes in. That race is due to go in under a minute. The Ballarat to the Meadows, a 5:45 metre heat, and it'll be leading us into our feature races.
What do you reckon about this? 34.77 at Dapto from Leyenda, and also 35.84 at Richmond. They're pretty handy runs over the
they are handy runs. Yep, they're certainly better than average runs. They're not at the top echelon, but they're certainly better than average runs. So that certainly stands Leyenda in very good stead.
Well, we have a look here. It's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs back from a spell, slowly getting up to this middle distance range again. Look, if Leyenda doesn't perform brilliantly and doesn't run out the 5:45, I wouldn't put a line through this runner moving forward. I think it's going to end up a nice 550, 600 metre dog. And Team Dalbridge have had a really good run of it of late.
Yeah, going terrific. It's a wonderful team there. As we saw, we spoke to Miles earlier, as you put on the Twitter feed, with a couple of finalists in the Ballarat Cup as well. And of course, a good team there with Shawnee Colson and Lisa as well. So a very good team that put a lot of effort in, got a lot of dogs, and certainly get the rewards.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, getting winners. Well, 240 Aston Estate, 260 Leyenda, 550 Ultra Light Beam. Selections for the race. I'm going to go with Leyenda, but I think we need to see Leyenda get away to a good start and lead them up.
Yep, I'm going to go with Aston Estate, and we'll go now to Happy Hemmon for race number 6.
550 Ultra Light Beam Pyrenees Steel at $9. So they're moving in now. Getting set over the 5:45 metres. Last of the runners are loaded up. So the odds placed away, the evens going forward. Resi's Choice, Leyenda, Ultra Light Beam and Double Tactic will complete the line for race number 6. Just about set. 5:45 the trip. There's the green light. Ready to go. About to jump. Racing, Pyrenees Steel came out fairly, showing good pace. Leyenda goes straight to the early lead though, shows some really good dash and is about 2.5, 3 lengths to Resi's Choice. Going up on the inside next, Ultra Light Beam, and a bit deeper on the track was Double Tactic. Then came Aston Estate. At the tail of the field was Pyrenees Steel. Off the back straight, Leyenda the leader by about 2.5 to Resi's Choice. Going up to third was Double Tactic. Then for the back, Pyrenees Steel. They corner for home, and Leyenda the leader. Down the outside, Resi's Choice with a powerful run though, and Resi's Choice went to the front, 1.5 lengths. 2 Pyrenees Steel, Aston Estate. Then came Double Tactic. Leyenda tied the last little bit.
And Resi's Choice too strong for them, as we said. You said Leyenda will benefit from the run over the trip, but just started to paddle late up the home straight, and a very strong win there to Resi's Choice over, I think, Pyrenees Steel and Aston Estate making up late ground. I'll certainly be following Aston Estate once you get over the 650 and further. But local Axdale, where I reside, Brian Brown the winner there, and Brian's another guy that has got a wonderful bit of success with his own home breeds.
And you probably kept that one a bit quiet, the locally prepared greyhound from your neck of the woods there, but that run at the Meadows 3 starts ago, it was 63-1, but got within 5 lengths of Razor's Edge, who's one of the top selections for the all-in market down at Sale for the Group 1. So if you look at it that way, only beaten 5 lengths by a genuine Group 1 contender. Look, I know it's easy to say after the race, and I was pretty keen on Leyenda leading, but like I said, I think the 5:45 was always going to be a little bit far for Leyenda. Needed to get probably a little bit further ahead, but might be one in the weeks ahead that we can keep an eye on. Like you said, Aston Estate, for a 1-4 win race over 650, that is just yelling Aston Estate. state's name. So I think we'll see that greyhound get up there. And Richie Gray commented, if you are wanting to comment to any of us, to have a bit of a chat, ask a question, whatever it might be, just pop that in the comments, because I saw Richie Gray said just open up one of those bottles of water. But I'd prefer a cider or a beer or something like that.
CC did me. I've got a driver, so I'll be right.
What about you, Molly? There's obviously no drinking with the pregnancy, but
No, just on the waters for me.
not a soft drink kind of girl.
No, not really. Unless
No.
it's really... It was quite warm today, though. When I
was.
was out at the kennels, I thought I could really do with a can of Coke. But no, I'll stick to the waters and my strawberries. I reckon
Strawberries.
I eat about a punnet a day.
So that's an interesting. Fair enough. No cream or ice cream or a bit of sugar.
No,
or
ice cream doesn't do
strawberries.
too well with
just
me.
the sugar.
So, just
Well-
appreciate the sugar.
Nobody knows if Molly's having a boy or a girl, so maybe out there, if you've got an idea, if you know how people always know, like if you're pregnant, I've never been pregnant, obviously, but my wife
I could
was,
have been, but
and everyone comes up and goes, "Oh, you're having a girl. The way you're shaped, you're having a girl," and it turns out to be a boy, which is even funnier. But you sort of go along with it. But you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, food based." You know, if you're having a lot of strawberries, that might mean it's a boy or girl. If you know what a lot of strawberries means, let us know, and we'll let Molly know. And
Well, do you know,
might be one step.
I obviously haven't told you yet, but I am having a girl. I've told Chloe, but
there
I
we
am
go.
having
Huge
a
news.
girl.
There we go.
Huge news. Well, that must be the strawberries. Congratulations. There we go.
Feel free
Junior Molly.
Feel free to drop your name suggestions on there. Leave
Well-
special talent off. It's been taken.
Yeah, we'll leave special. It's funny, James and I
Zalamar.
can't quite agree on anything at the moment. So we'll
We may get some viewers to help you out.
exactly.
That'd be nice.
Hopefully, James is happy that you just released that bomb there that that it is a girl.
I
So
have
congratulations.
I have seen that my family's watching all the way from WA. So big
Are
hello
they
to
aware
there.
it was a girl?
Yes,
Oh.
yeah, no, I do
God for
promise. But my sister made sure one of the names in the list that she put down, old Georgia, is her middle name Ellie. She wanted
So we
the
definitely don't
baby's
go with
name to be Ellie. So look, you got to love her enthusiasm.
That's very good. Mate, our first feature race of the night is the Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial, and we'll have a look at the field now for the Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial, because Molly's going to catch up very shortly with Mandy's partner Glenn Campbell, and the Mama Shaw final. Very competitive racing in the heats last Monday, mate. I've gone for Grey Not Blue. It's the current $2.90 favourite, ahead of Kissimmee, $4.20, and Quarantine at $4.40. Just before we catch up with Glenn and Molly, how did you see the Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial final at this point in time?
Yeah, look, I was sort of leaning towards Quarantine, just the early speed to get out and go, and I knew Mandy and Glenn very well, and I must say the first time I met Glenn and Mandy a while ago, it was at Shepparton, and they lived in a town called, I think it was Peachelba, and they used to always dig into me because I would call it Pachelba, and I'd always get it wrong, but it was Peachelba, and Mandy will be very sorely missed. She was a lovely lady, and great to see Glenn here tonight representing Mandy and the family for what is a great race, the inaugural running of the Mandy Mama Shaw.
And great to see it so well supported by the participants, which just shows the respect that people had for Mandy. And we'll throw over to Molly to catch up with Glenn.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, I'm here with Glenn. Glenn, thank you very much for joining us on a night that I suppose is really special for you. It's the first running.
Yeah, I mean, it's an honour, and like I said to Ballarat when they said they were going to run the race, it's not very often where you have someone who's a participant, like Mandy wasn't a committee member here, or she was a participant that left a mark on the industry. You know,
did.
larger than life, I think. Yeah, Mandy. Yeah.
Without a doubt. Now, Mandy was a special woman to so many people. But tell me about her Mondays at Ballarat. You mentioned to me earlier that Mondays are her days at Ballarat.
Well, one of the things was, the first thing you had to do was, we'd race at Ballarat, say the Monday, and she'd come home and say we'd had a winner or two, and I'd say it's no good, and she'd say, why is that? And I said, well, they're not eligible for Tier 3. They've broken the time standard. Well, of course, then she'd say, oh, well, you've got to find me something, because Mondays, down there in the grandstand, her and Brooke Berry, who's a great friend of hers, they would hold court down there. They used to get great fun of making poor old Deb White, sort of laugh that much that, poor old Deb would be nearly wetting herself. But they just used to, that was her night. She could mix it, because we trained for Eddie Caruana, the chairman at the Meadows, and she was just as comfortable up there, but if it really push comes to shove, she would want to go to the Meadows. She wasn't to Ballarat on a Monday. She'd go everywhere else. Mandy took the dogs everywhere. But like this was the meeting that she really and look, I think she terrorised a lot of the stewards.
Hats
poor old
off.
Al Blackmore, I think he copped it. Struck up a great friendship with Dan Babane. But I think they all, they knew her. And she always had a quick one-liner or something to say to someone when they came, going through the kennels or what have it. She loved it, loved this place, but loved the dogs as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you introduced Mandy to the dogs, I believe,
Mandy
as well.
had never seen a greyhound until she met me. And then when we were living in Peachwell Bar, I'd had dogs for years, and I'd been away working, so I'd had a couple of pups, and they weren't pups, they were aged dogs, and I'd bought them when they were pups. And I can still remember the first time we went walking, and we're back blocks at Peachwell Bar, and one of the dogs, a rabbit took off across the paddock, and I yelled out to man. All I can remember saying to her was, I told her, don't put a lead in each hand, put them all on the one hand. And then when the dog took off, all I was yelling out, she's skating down the road, and I said, just lean back, lovely, because I used to call her lovely. I said, just lean back, otherwise you'll go flat on your face. And ever since then, she learnt, but she just, with the greyhounds, I think Mandy found something that she could do, and whether I don't think she lacked in self-confidence with the dogs, but in life she may have lacked in self-confidence, and she could then say to no one could say, oh, you don't know what you're doing, because let's face it, a lot of this there's no rules to, when it comes to handling dogs, and look, and she'd handle for anybody. Angela, and I think there's still photos of her at the ladies' night out with that wig on, handling that dog for Angela. And, they were the things that she really enjoyed. That ladies' night out, that was a highlight. But as she said, if we've got one in, I won't drink until after. I'll drink after I've done my handling. And that's how she did it. She just enjoyed it. Just loved it. And it was really hard for the last couple of months where she couldn't go. We get her out, or she'd come and sit in the car, especially with the COVID. But other than that, this was it. She just wanted to be there. So.
Well, Glenn, we are so happy you brought her into the Greyhounds. She is loved. She's been loved by so many people, and we're so glad that we can honour her here tonight. Is there anyone in the race you're really wanting to go and get over the line for Mandy?
Christy Collier that's got the 5. Her and Mandy, they got on famously, especially out at when Mandy went to the Meadows. She always Christy, and she got to know, everybody knows Murray, and of course Christy's mum Heather, and when I told her the race was on, and she goes, oh, I haven't got a dog, and then I seen her on the Saturday night at the Meadows, and she said to me, 2:57, I'm right. And that's the one good thing about this race. It's someone's going to come home with a $3,000 check, and it's not something that's going to be dominated. Donna Knight's lucky she's got 2 in the final, but everybody else has got 1. And righto, it's not a group race, but I'll tell you now, they'll remember it, and people will remember it.
That, you know what, I can guarantee people are going to remember it for many years to come. It's going to be that race, gents, that everyone is going to make sure, especially being at Ballarat, that it's all about her. So Glenn, thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you go and watch the race, and I'll send it back to the boys.
No, thanks Glenn, thanks Molly, thanks very much.
Thanks guys.
It's just great to see these people recognised, and obviously 2020 has been a tough enough year, but it's obviously a lot tougher for that family, but it's great to have a positive night tonight here on Ballarat Cup.
Yeah, look, and she'd want us all to smile and have a joke too. Anyone who knew Mandy knew she was always up for a joke, and if you took her seriously, you were probably taking her the wrong way. But no, she was a wonderful lady, and she's definitely missed. There's no doubt about that. And I guess the track probably isn't the same in the sense that there's one less person to joke and muck around and have a little bit of fun, and that's how she was. And I must say, I've hosted a few of the girls' night outs at the Meadows, and Mandy with the wig on, and she was a crazy lady. She was tremendous, and as I've said so many times, she will be really missed.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing to have that recognition, and it's great to see the Glen and so many people here tonight, and no doubt that whoever wins the race will certainly receive that trophy and the rug and hold it in very special close to their heart. But looking at the field, mate, we'll look at the race now. Cassimi, the greyhound that they're talking about, Christy Collier's greyhound, has been the best supported run on the race. It's $4.20 to $3.50, just marginally second pick behind Grey Not Blue. How did you see the race?
Well, look, Cassimi needs a little bit of luck in running. There's no doubt about that. Probably doesn't have the sections to lead early on. Look, I went 2, 5, 4 and 3. I went with Quarantine mainly because I like the name, because we're finally out of quarantine. I've been saying it for a while, but the masks are off at the moment and things are looking good. But what I do like on a serious note is it's got early speed. It led up behind or was run down by Cassimi last week, but I think getting to the front in this race could be a really good place to be. 4 runs ago was placed at Hillsville. 5 runs ago won at Geelong. Just has solid form, because as Glenn said, this is a race for restricted greyhounds with 250 plus ranking points, so it's not for the stars of the sport, and I just think Quarantined is going to run a really good race up near the speed.
Yeah, definitely. Molly, your thoughts for the race? It's a very quick slide we've got here, because you are such a confident person tonight. Just on fire. You've got one tip. No placings, straight out the win. What is it?
Straight out to it. And you know what? I'm a sucker for a story, and that's I suppose the reason I'm here, and I'm going with Cassimi. I think the story behind Christy Collier being such good friends with Mandy. Christy also bred this litter as well out of a very, very special little girl called West on Zandy, and sired by unlawful entry. So Cassimi for me.
Beautiful, thanks very much for that. So good luck to all the runners of the Mandy Shaw Memorial. I've gone 4, 3, 2 and 5, and we'll throw now to race number 7 on the card.
So the quaddy should be a bit of value now, with Spring Blue the favourite winning the first, and then Rezzy's Choice for Brian Brown winning the second at a big price. It was about 34 on the fixed and paid 23 on the tote. So there will be good value through the quaddy, you would think, now, with the numbers 1 and 2 at the halfway mark. So the greyhounds are now approaching the boxes for the Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial Final. 3 feature races here tonight, and they'll be moving up fairly soon for the 7th event. So it's 310 Cassimi for Christy Collier, 370 Grey Not Blue, 440 Quarantined. They're the top 3. Quarantine's the best back from a longer price in. So the odd numbers moving up, and the evens will move up pretty soon here for the 7th race, the Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial. Quarantined has been nicely backed by Banjo Boy, but the favourite's Grey Not Blue at 310 on fixed. So we're almost ready to go for race 7. We're set for a start, and there's the green light for the Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial. We're ready. Set. Racing, Indy Nevada on the inside, came out quite nicely. Charmed is showing pace, and going through the centre was Quarantined. Quarantined has been spec from a price in and leads by a length and a half. Charmed up to second. Third on the outside was Daff's Echo. Then came Indy Nevada. Further back was Grey Not Blue, keeping busy. Well back Cassimi and Mahogany Queen, but around the corner, Quarantined is the leader. About 2 lengths in front of Charmed and Quarantined. It's not locked up. It wins by 3.5. Charmed...
Cashed up James Vandermaat.
That's just how we do, eh? That's just how we do. It was a good little win. I thought coming off the back, it didn't begin well, Quarantine, but had the pace to burn them off. And I thought we had challenges there. The 3 Charmed and also the 8 I thought were huge chances turning for home. But little Quarantine knew we're on board, knew I needed to win it, and away it went at the end there, dashing clear to win.
And went good too, 25.35?
Yes, the time probably surprised me a little bit, to be honest, Troy. I thought maybe 25.50, 25.45 would be about all it can run, but no, it was a nice run.
A very good run, and congratulations to Shane Milsom and the owners there are quarantined. Pick up $3,350 plus $1,000 Vic Greys, and of course a lovely Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial rug that we'll see presented very shortly.
Yeah, look, and I guess the real plus is too that the connections quite often race at those lower class races, the tier at Healesville and also down here at Ballarat, and that's what the Mandy Mama Shaw race was all about in her memory. And look, we heard Glenn that they've had city class dogs, but Mandy loved getting to those tier meetings, and hence that's the reason why they went with a restricted series for greyhounds with 250 plus ranking points. And look, 25-35 is nothing to sneeze at either. It's a really good run. In comparison, it would have been right up there. It's actually quicker than Yozo Bale went in the heats of the Cup last week.
Right.
They weren't running time last week, but still, it's a mighty fine little run, that.
A very good run. So Quarantine was the winner. Charm did finish in second for Scott Stefanos, and Daph's Echo in third from box number 8 for Donna Knight. And I think Indian Nevada was fourth for the multiple players. But if they followed your mail, mate, they're I think about $4.50 or so, Quarantine.
Oh, well, we were getting $7 earlier today, but I think my mail might have slipped out. I'm not sure if you sent it around, Troy, or who sent it around.
Or did you press double?
Yeah, I might have accidentally hit the finger a few too many times. But no, look, it was a nice little win, good price, and happy to see them take out the Mandy Mama Shaw.
Now, mate, before we go to the presentation of that race, no, we are. Oh, sorry. Before we go to the presentation of the race, we'll have a look at the Ballarat Cup final field again and that market for the race. And currently, there's still not many changes. We've still got Yozo Bale, the favourite, $2.50. Did open $2.90 today. So there's been a bit of money for Yozo Bale, $2.90 to $2.50. Of the others, you've got Fortuna Bale, $8.50 out to $10. You've got Tinker Craig, $6.50 out to $10. Short Pork, $4 to $4.40. Daniel Avocado, $9.50 out to $10. Spring Hummer, $18 out into $16. It's a little slight money for Spring Hummer. Dream Wizard, $15 out to $19. And Special Talent, $6.50 into $4.40.
I was going to say, it's a very strange Ballarat Cup in the sense that nearly every runner at some point in the betting has been supported. You said Yozo Bale opened up $2.90 today, was backed into $2.50. Fortuna Bale opened up 16 when the field was first drawn for the Ballarat Cup, then got into as low as $8.50, now back out to 10, so there was money there. Tinker Craig's been on the drift from the outset, 6 out to 10. Short Pork, $3.50 out to $4.40, but the $3.50 based on the heat run just might have been a bit too short. Yep. There's been next to no support Daniel Avocado, considering it was the fastest qualifier, and Flying Ricardo was just too good for Simon Told Helen at Dapto recently. So the Avocado Ricardo type of setup, of course, named after Daniel Ricardo. Spring Hummer, as you said, 21 into 18 into 16. So there's money there. And then Dream Wizard, another Reezer, 12 out to 19. Special Talent, though, like you say, for Mick Carter. Well, I'm not sure if it's just because people have realised what Molly said, that this greyhound was named to be a star, and a star he is, and he's been heavily backed to win the Ballarat Cup.
Well, it opened $8 when the field was first done, and then $6.50 today into $4.40. And I know Mick doesn't mind a punt. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the prize money going for. He still like to have a bet as well. He may have been started that support, but there's certainly plenty of support coming in recent times for Special Talent.
Would you have a bet if you had a runner in a race like the Ballarat Cup? Because my theory is I wouldn't want to jinx.
No, I wouldn't. We've got the presentation now of the Mandy Mama Shaw.
Quarantine who took part the first running of this event, and we've got all of Mandy's family here, so we're very, very thankful to have everyone on course. Also Anita and Glenn to
Get the kids.
and Mackenzie as well, I shouldn't forget, to present the trophy as well as the rug to Quarantine. First of all, I'm just going to pass over to Glenn, Mandy's partner, to say a few words.
Thanks, Molly. I'd just like to thank all the people that participated in the heat and congratulate Shane. Won well. And I suppose people now, this was fairly rushed, and Ballarat have done a fantastic job promoting it. I just hope now that people know that the race is going to be on. There's $1 to be made, and it's sort of restricted to dogs that were Mandy's favourites. Mandy was a regular sitting over there in the corner on a Monday. That was her thing, and I mean, well done, Shane. And I hope you appreciate it as much as myself and Mandy's family do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Now, Mackenzie is going to come up and run a quarantine for us, and Paula is going to receive the trophy. Paula just mentioned that I had used the winner of the first running of the Mandy Mother Shaw.
Alright guys, get all the family at the back there and do a shot please.
Come on, Chloe! Come on, everybody! Let's go!
Yep.
One very happy Mackenzie in that presentation there, bouncing around, just as if she won the race.
Well, how about that too? Quarantine winning the race. I think
yep.
it was fitting that on Cup night when you feel like we're slowly getting back to a little bit of norm, and to have Quarantine win on Cup night, well, I think it doesn't get any more fitting than that. And the countdown is well and truly now on. The Ballarat Cup just around the bend.
It certainly is. Now, your question before we went to the presentation was, would you have a bet in
Correct.
the header on a cup? At 47,000 the winner, I probably wouldn't bother.
No, I know. I just, for me, I think, I don't bet in feature racing as a rule, especially if I'm calling. Maybe if I'm not calling, I might have a little dabble here and there, and who doesn't gamble responsibly and have a little dabble? But as a rule, I think if I had a runner in, I'd be too scared that you don't want to add that little bit of extra pressure, and especially if they lose then, and you've got that extra little bit of disappointment that not only have you lost the hard-earned cash, but you've also, come home with a result that you probably didn't potentially want. And that's the joys, I suppose, but it's tricky because I guess if you think the greyhounds are going well and you know you're going to get a good price because you are racing the best, and if you think you are the best, why not prove that and have a little play?
Yeah, back yourself, I suppose, but I still think the prize money is worthwhile, not worry about it. You might tip a few friends, that might be what's happening with special talent with that firm.
Yeah, quite possibly, and just having a look at there has been anymore. It's 8 into 440, and that's about where it's at. And look, in the head-to-head, let's say Short Pork v Special Talent, they're both currently at $4.40. Who would you suggest is more of a chance to win this Ballarat Cup? Would you go with Short Pork, or is it Special Talent?
I've been with Special Talent since the field came out. I'm still...
So it's your money?
So it's not my money. Some of it may have been early, but we're talking about Special Talent and Short Pork. I'm still with Special Talent. If it was a two-out race, I would be on Short Pork. But I just think... at the value, I still think Special Talent was value and still is slightly value. But another ground I think has got a bit of value too about the moment is Tinker Craig. We keep forgetting that this ground's got a stack of ability.
To be honest, I think we're probably forgetting about a few. I think Dream Wizard's a real sneaky chance to land the prize as well. He's won 20 out of 30. He was narrowly beaten in a heat of the Hillsville Cup. All of his form is so very good, so there's no reason why Dream Wizard can't be competitive here, and he was beaten by Daniel Avocado. His time last week, 25.24. Well, it's 2.5 lengths quicker than Yozo Bale, who's the favourite, and you're getting now $19. So there's value to be had in this Ballarat Cup.
But I think that was where the momentum took about that margin off Yozo
I think so,
Bale.
yeah.
That's probably the difference now the box draw. But Fortuna Bale, you found Fortuna Bale on the heats.
Yeah,
Fortuna Bale at $10?
At $14, I think she was last. $13.70. I thought she was a good bet last week. And look, 25.63 she ran at Geelong 4 starts ago. Sort of proved that she can run a 4.50, 4.60 out. Right at the end of 4.50 against this field, I think it might be a little bit too much. But if she can get a 3 or 4 length break on them, the track's conducive to a quick time tonight, I think, as well. We got the nice weather. There's a little bit of a breeze about. I think, if anything, it's only helping them. So, look, if you can get to the front, it could be half the battle. And Fortuna Bale is definitely the speed runner in the race.
And Molly's just returned from that presentation. Molly, a very special presentation.
Absolutely. I think I think what I love about my role is that I almost feel a part of presentations like that, and it's just so, I just feel honoured that I'm able to, I suppose, stand up alongside and see the passion in Glenn's voice. It's hard not to get emotional at times, but it's so fantastic to see that we're able to put on this race for Mandy. She was such an amazing woman, and I'm so glad to see what the race evolves to in years to come. But guys, I've actually got my running sheet a little bit on the mixed up side. I have to go and introduce these Ballarat Cup dogs, so I'm going to have to jump out again. So should I give you my really quick selection?
Well, I think we should get that.
For the Ballarat
you reckon you
Cup?
only need one, so what is it?
I reckon, and look how that went for me last time.
Yeah.
But I'm going Yozo Bale. I can't go past a favourite here. I really can't. Box one. When Corey's got a bit of confidence, it gives me confidence, which is a great thing too. But I do think that we will see a nice showing from Special Talent, and a little bit of a shout out to Dream Wizard and the Lithgows. Sean Lithgow. This is their first group contender as owner, trainer of breeders.
Yeah.
How special is that?
And he's this greyhound in particular, Dream Wizard, is a grandson of the great Evie's Entity, which is my girl sitting at home as a pet. So, yeah, a little bit of a biased hope and a push for Dream Wizard to run well. But no, Sean Lithgow and Mel, they do a great job with their dogs. So hopefully for them, they can run a good race. But good luck, Molly. Anyway, she's about to tear it apart as the MC. And I don't think there'd be too many ladies 30 weeks pregnant who can jump on air, do this type of stuff, run around doing the MC, while us lazy buggers just sit here doing bugger all.
Well, from what I hear too, doing plenty of work around the kennels today too, right up until about 3 o'clock. So very, very busy lady, no question about that.
They're working it hard. There's no doubt about that. We've got the stir up now, and the stir up in greyhound racing, just to let you know what it is, it's where the lure goes around so the greyhounds can see the lure and also hear the lure. It's the moment where they really switch on, they get ready for the job ahead, and also when you're on track, you hear the stir up, you know the race isn't too far away, and that is the Ballarat Cup, which is just around the corner.
Yeah, it's pretty much ground racing's fanfare to say that start getting your last bets on and get ready for the race and find your vantage point. I was just looking into this building at the moment now. There's probably 150, 160 people in here, so you actually do have to look for a vantage point as opposed to the last 9 months.
Well, it's been strange, hasn't it? And I must say, from a caller's perspective, like when I called the shootout and a few other races, the Hume Cup, to be honest, it didn't really feel like a Group 1. But when I called the Melbourne Cup, for some strange reason, it went to a whole new level because there was no crowd, but there was an atmosphere.
Yep.
But then tonight, it's a completely different feel. It's an atmosphere because we've got people on track, really keenly contested Ballarat Cup, I think, this year as well. So, like I've said, we're about 8 minutes away now. And look, do you think there's value in the race? I think there is. Yozo Bale, $2.50. I'm tipping it on top, Troy, but I think it is a race that I'd be happy to play a few roughies and maybe even play the exotics.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to be whatever ticket I've got in my pocket with these 8 grounds. You'd be happy right at the moment. Obviously, that'll change after 10 metres, 50 metres and 100 metres. But I wouldn't be discounting anything that you're wanting to do. And as you say, multis might be the go. So if you're taking a multi, what would you be looking at if you're having a multi?
Oh, well, if I'm playing some kind of exotic, well, look, I'm probably going to play Yozo Bale to be in the top few, because I think from box number 1, he's the runner that gets the clear run and should get every chance, given Fortuna Bale doesn't cut him off, I guess, in the run to the first corner. Look, I lent to the inside 4. I think Tinker Craig's probably getting out to a valued price now, around $10, and even Dream Wizard, although I've left him out of my top 4, I just think he's a crazy price now. He's nearly 20 to 1. I probably don't expect him to win the race, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him run right there. And one thing I do like about Dream Wizard is he's had 30 starts. He's been in the top 3 27 times. So very, very rarely does he run a race where he's not competitive. Therefore, I think in this, he could be very competitive.
It's nice and consistent form, isn't it? You talk about Tinker Craig. I've got Craig Burns sitting over there, the owner. I'm trying to get him over to talk, and he just won't do it.
Mate.
I mean, if you had there's a question for you. You said about it, but if you had a runner in a Ballarat Cup, would you want to get on screen?
Yeah, I reckon. We'll get him over. Come on, Burnsy, over you come.
Plenty of dogs, putting plenty of money
Here he goes.
So
just need a little bit of encouragement.
If he just stands there in front of the microphone now, mate. The Tinker. The first thing I want to ask is the Tinker name. Where's the Tinker come from?
Well, it's quite interesting, actually. It's nearly 5 years ago since Ballarat has become basically our home from a racing perspective, that we stepped out here on a Saturday morning for a maiden quali trial, and we had a dog called Tinker Bob, who he won by about 13 lengths in a maiden quali, and still got him at home today. And I get up every morning and I say, "You bugger, you're the reason I'm out here so early this morning, and the reason I'm out there so late every night." And that was sort of I'd always had a love for the dogs as a youngster, and I don't know how, but about 3 years ago I somehow managed to convince the wife to sell the family home. We've sold the business, and we've set up just rearing and breeding and greyhounds. And Tinker Craig, or Teddy as we love him, is funnily enough one of the first dogs, or the first dog we sent off the property to get broken in. So wow, what a buzz to have made a group final.
Well, look, I honestly don't care where the name comes from. The dog can run, though. Where does he need to get to if he's going to win this Ballarat Cup tonight?
I think Tabby was quoted during the week, basically just to say if they leave him alone for the first 20 or 30 metres, look out, here he goes. I've been he's had 23 starts now. I think 20 of them, it's been a case of if they let him get on the bunny, they just looked at him for a long way and said hello in the catching pen. Yeah. His last 2 runs have been against his racing form. I've got to say, I didn't think we run Spring Hummer down last week, 5 lengths straight in from home. So I don't know. I just want to see the dog get clean space, and I think I can, James. I can probably make a case for all 8 dogs in the field
I agree.
race tonight.
Yep.
I hope that the bitch out of 2 crosses the 1 and sort of slows him up a little bit for me, and I hope that, Avocado
runs well.
keeps Shorty Pork out that way too, and there we go. But I'm probably not allowed to say that, but I just did. So
No, hopefully it all works out. I must say, though, your trainer, Tabby, as you said, Matty Tab, have you been able to wake him up? Because a moment ago he was on the couch just to our left-hand side, and I thought he was about to fall asleep and miss the Ballarat Cup. So just wanted to assure and get some proof that he's up and about and he's actually out there
We
handling.
actually got him a sugarless Coke just earlier, so after the caffeine kick, and we did remind him before he went off to put the dog in nose first. He comes out a lot better. So look, here's the hoping, James.
Thanks very much, mate. For someone who want to come over and talk, you've done very well. Good luck in the final. Thanks, mate.
He didn't want to leave either.
No, he didn't want to leave, no. He thinks it's a beer for having a chat. That's what it is.
No, that's it. There's no payment for that one.
But another good story. Someone's changed their life completely to throw headfirst into ground racing. And it'd be great to see the ground repay those efforts.
Yeah, look, and it's a huge commitment to do that because greyhounds are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, effectively, and that's one thing I think people on the outside don't really know, and it is such a challenging job. You have to love your dogs to want to be a greyhound person, to be a trainer, to be a breeder, to be a rearer, to be anything along those lines, and this is the ultimate prize, isn't it? Getting to a big night, getting to a big race, and seeing that greyhound that you bred on your property, build them into the race dog they are today, and then hopefully get them to perform and bring home a race like this. And Matty Tab, as an owner, the trainer of Tinker Craig, about 8 years ago had Superman, who was a superstar greyhound. So he's no stranger to success, and he's now doing it with a collar and lead in his hand.
And as you said about the commitment, it's not just the commitment from you or I that decided to do it. There's the other half, there's
That's
the kids,
right.
there's the family, there's everyone, all the helpers. So anyone that wins the group race certainly does a wonderful job, but if particularly the homebreds, I like to see them certainly get the success. But, mate, we better go through runner by runner. We're about 3 minutes away from the Cup. So Yozo Bales, you said, he's your top pick. He's a $2.60 favourite. How did you see his form leading into this race?
Yeah, really good. We can't escape Molly. If you can hear her in the distance, she's doing the pre-race walkout on track, and she's very, very noisy. She's up and about. But Yozo Bale, drawn box number 1. Look, 39 starts, 17 wins, Bendigo Cup win. If he can beat that field, he can beat this field. That's the way I put it. He's got form behind Simon Told Helen, Aussie Secret, Rocket Boy, Sweet as M. So his form's very good. He's drawn beautifully. He's going to have every chance.
He's just got back up to $2.70, Yozo Bale for the favourite. The late firmer has been Fortuna Bale. You found Fortuna Bale last week. Now into $6.50 after being $16 after the heat.
It is a huge move, Fortuna Bale. Look, 25-28 she ran, but she brings speed to the race. If she crosses
11-20 odd.
Yeah, there was a few that went in the 11-20s, and that probably is the one concern I have. But on a track that's playing a bit faster tonight, expect that to be maybe 11.05, 11.0s, and if she does run that, she's going to be very hard to catch.
Tinker Craig, we just spoke to Burnsy, $13 chance. I think for a greyhound with Tinker Craig's ability and the way they are drawn, $13 is probably a bit of value.
If he lobs leaders back or in the one out, one back harness terms, he's a huge player, Tinker Craig. He just needs to get room to balance, and like they said, like Burnsy said a moment ago, if he does get clear air, and Matty said it through the week as well, if he gets clear air and he can lob underneath of Short Pork, Daniel Avocado, and just sort of sit second or third, his finish last week was very impressive, so he'll be thereabout.
Short Pork just got out to $5. The third favourite for Anthony as a party. Can Short Pork fix the box manners and be competitive early enough to unleash that finish? 3
runs at Sandown since the 22nd of October, 29-22, 29-32, 29-29. There's not a greyhound in this race that will do that. He is the best dog in the race, I think, Short Pork, and he's got Anthony as a party right beside him, so I think he's a huge chance.
Daniel Avocado, fastest heat winner, at the $16.
Crazy price for the fastest heat winner. So often we see them run well. Spring Hummer, 21 value as well.
$21. And Dream Wizard, $19.
Yeah, they're all huge odds, and they're all not without some kind of a chance. And I'll leave Special Talent to you because you're a big fan.
Yeah, well, I'll go with my selections first, if you like, mate. I'll go an 8, 2, 1 and 3. I've got Special Talent on top from Fortuna Bale, Yozo Bale and Tinker Craig. James, your numbers?
1, 2, 3, 4, counting to 4, but I'm pretty keen on Short Pork to run a big race.
And Molly,
people off there. Now, there's been a longer price move for Tuna Bale, 16 into 7 has been quite well back. So they're moving in now for the Ballarat Cup. 260 Yozo Bale, 7 Fortuna Bale, good money for Special Talent and Short Pork. So we're not far away from a start with the odd numbers moving in well for the Cup. Evens moving forward now. And we'll soon have them on their merry journey for the 2020 Ballarat Cup. The green light is on and we're set to go. Ready for the Cup. Racing Yozo Bale came out pretty well as the early leader. Showing speed too was Fortuna Bale. And out wide on the track, there goes Special Talent. And about a length or so to Dream Wizard. Then for the back was Daniel Avocado. Well back Short Pork with Tinker Craig. And at the tail was Spring Hummer coming up to the home corner. And Yozo Bale, the front runner. Special Talent's running in second. Down the outside, Fortuna Bale. It's still Yozo Bale in front. And Yozo Bale will beat Special Talent. Fortuna Bale, and then fourth will be Daniel Avocado. Short Pork.
And the Bendigo Cup winner becomes the Ballarat Cup winner as well.
And my comment immediately as he crossed the line was he's just starting to build a stud career, this dog. We all thought the Bendigo Cup was a little bit of a fluke. He was probably a little bit young, a little bit unknown going into that, where he began beautifully out there tonight. He's gone 24.88, 13.73 run home. It was a controlled victory, began beautifully, never ever going to lose that race, Yozo Bale.
Well, as I said during the race, the only ground that could pick up a Special Talent and didn't take an inch off.
Well, when they're running 24.88, you're not going to take, you're not going to take ground off. That was a really, really big performance. And look, his form, I liked his lead up coming for this. Yep. Corey Grenfell's just been peppering away at some simple races, not going after the big races with him, and just bouncing to Ballarat. 21.74, 21.89 over the sprint. Won his heat last week. Box 1 has won in the final, I think, tonight. Look, he's a good dog. He's a great dog. But if he had the pink, it may well have been a different result. He used the red. But that's one thing, isn't it, Troy? To get the red, it's a completely different thing to then go and use it. That's what Yozo Bale did. And now he's won 2 country cups.
I've got to remember, he went against his own racing pattern to make the final. He came from behind to make the final from box number 8. If you say 2 country cups and 2 solid honour rolls, another son of Fernando Bale, now on 18 out of 40 and 155,000 prize money.
And Team Grenfell, they are just having such a good run. They have for the last 3 or 4 years, and so many good greyhounds they've trained, superstar after superstar. Of course, Tiggerlong Tonk down in Tassie for the Hobart 1000. They could have gone there with Yozo Bale. They elected to go for this series, and that is a key to being a successful trainer as well, picking the right race for each greyhound. They could have bought both of them here. They could have bought both to Hobart, but they thought, no, Yozo suited to Ballarat. The 450's perfect. The open expanses of Hobart, that'll suit Tiggerlong Tonk. And look, on Thursday night, it could be an enormous week for the kennel.
It could be a masterstroke. We saw the Dailies do it with Fernando Bale and Don, a double one around Brisbane and Bendigo, and it could be a masterstroke from Corey and Samantha. And it's just great to see another success for another young family committed to ground racing.
Yeah, I think a couple of the kids are here tonight as well. They've got, I think, 4 kids, and they're all fairly young, so it's obviously, it's great to win a big race, but about 47k into the kick as well for winning the Ballarat Cup. So terrific effort, as you said, a son of Fernando Bale.
We just saw the running of Wednesday Ballarat Cup, and it was Yozo Bale who claimed back-to-back country cups after winning the Bendigo Cup earlier in the year. Now the Ballarat Cup is a red hot favourite. He jumped straight to the front. Really, there was no looking back. I've got a few additions to the FP world, and Sam actually tells me that it's the first time the twins have made it to the track, so they got to see their greyhound win the Ballarat Cup. But first of all, I'm going to introduce the President, Paul Armstrong, to come and say a few words on behalf of the club.
On behalf of the club, Corey, fantastic win tonight. To win the Ballarat Cup and the Bendigo Cup in the 1 year is a fantastic achievement. Congratulations and clear win tonight, well deserved.
Now, Corey, sorry, I just had to hand off one of your beautiful girls as I was assisting Sam with some duties there. But Corey, first of all, congratulations. Yozo Bale has just gone for a little run. He's a bit too excited at the moment. But like I mentioned before, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second country cup that Yozo Bale has claimed. Corey, you're confident before, but that was a super effort tonight.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. He done what he needed to, and that was jumping to front. Once he jumped to front, it was going to be
Now, it was almost Fluke's Bendigo Cup. It was still a fantastic effort, I do have to say. But this one, he won it outright. Fair and square, it was his Ballarat Cup.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. He was an injured run dog, so to get him back for the Ballarat Cup and to win it, it's really special for the dog.
Now, Corey, you've obviously got a beautiful beautiful young family here with your wife, Sam. How does it feel to win the Ballarat Cup and take home a substantial amount of prize money for your young family?
It's good. It's pretty special.
Alright, well, I think that's always enough for me talking to you tonight, so I will pass off to everyone for photos now.
Pretty excited family. I see Molly getting in practice with handling the bub, but as we said, a young family just made another move to another property, I think, Corey and Sam, so certainly we'll need that money.
I can't take you seriously with these hats on, but the reason I'm wearing the hat is because I haven't tipped a loser tonight. And Troy, what's your reason?
I've got a coat tail you.
You're just jolly, aren't you?
Exactly right.
We've worked out,
it's that
though,
time of the year.
We need to find a supplier that makes them in a square version, because our circular heads aren't fitting the hole that well, and we can't really get them on. But no, look, it's a jolly feel tonight, and it's huge, though. $47,000 for the Grenfell family. I believe they're about to make a move from training facilities. So, look, that's huge for a young family. $47,000, and not only that, but the prestige of winning a Ballarat Cup as well. They're putting together an extraordinary CV, this kennel.
Absolutely, and it's probably, I'm sure Corey wouldn't take offence to it. They're probably a kennel that weren't considered in the top kennels for a few years for a number of reasons, but this last 2 years or 3 years they certainly have to be considered in that top echelon now of trainers to produce outstanding greyhounds all the time. And yes, they may have the Wheeler line behind them, but you also got the Tiggerlong Tonks and other greyhounds as well, so they've certainly done a wonderful job to stand on their own 2 feet in the last 18 months or so.
That's right, and I think as well with Yozo Bale, this wasn't a greyhound that came to their kennel, suggested to be a superstar greyhound, that he's sort of becoming a really, really good dog. I don't think we could call him a superstar or anything like that, but 24.88 to win a Ballarat Cup and to do it in such smashing fashion. Special talent, got within a few lengths turning for home, but like you said, didn't make an inch of ground. It was impressive.
Well, he's won a 425 metre cup now at Bendigo. He's won a 450 metre cup at Ballarat, made a 520 metre cup final at Geelong. Certainly the CV's been improved on a weekly basis.
Correct, and I think that stud career is probably looking more and more likely, which, even though he won the Bendigo Cup, I think the style he won it in, where the time wasn't overly fast as well, and there was so many...
The field he beat.
The field he beat was super, but I don't think that created him into being a potential stud dog, where now you're looking at him, he's earned $150,000, he's had 41 starts, and like you said, he's been in the big races of late, and I like the fact they didn't go... really attack the Melbourne Cup series. They went for the Geelong Cup into the Ballarat Cup, and they're picking their races perfectly. Tiggerlong Tonk obviously down in Tassie, and now Yozo Bale here. But a credit to the kennel. They're doing a brilliant job. And I was thinking of the stars they have trained, and there's been Dinah Chancer.
Yep.
There's been obviously Tiggerlong Tonk, who's been a real standout. The other greyhound that used to just ping to the front, who's a stud dog now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think as well. Yep.
The name's escaping me. It was another Wheeler dog, but a brilliant dog as well. 29.10 around Sandown or thereabouts. They seem like they've just had star after star coming through, and Tiggerlong Tonk probably is their pin-up boy at the moment, but Yozo Bale, 2 country cups, I mean, he's becoming a very, very good dog.
I guess the big thing to me with the effort of their training those greyhounds is that, they're fast greyhounds, but they've had them in the top races most of their career. So they haven't competed in grade 5s or 0 to 4 wins, that type of stuff, to start their careers. They've gone straight into the big racing, a bit like Simon Told Helen. They've gone straight to the big racing and have managed to maintain it throughout their career, which is a wonderful achievement from both dog and trainer.
Yeah, and how about Fernando Bale as a sire as well? I mean, the imprint he's put on greyhound racing, he's just sired superstar after superstar for such a long time. I'm just delving through the archives here to work out who that other greyhound was that the Grenfells prepared, and when you're looking for something, you can never find it. But I will. Orson Allen. Wasn't he an awesome dog? Absolutely. Just pinged to the front. And they've had so many stars, one after the other. So, speaking of stars, Molly Haines about to re-enter.
Miss Versatility, is that what it is?
I think we could go with that. Just Miss Busy at the moment. Take a seat, Molly. How was it out there?
Look, it was fantastic, to tell you the truth. Did you see I got some baby practice in? I was holding one of the twins, which was fantastic. I'm not sure which twin I was holding though, so I'm really sorry, guys. But how good was that? It was just fantastic to see Corey and Sam take out that one, and Yozo Bale was just too good.
You said there was confidence from Team Grenfell, and confidence there was. He doesn't give a lot, does he, Corey?
No, absolutely not.
And the funny thing is, Corey's actually come a long way, because I remember when I was working for Sky about 2 or 3 years ago, and I went to have a chat with Corey in regards to the Speed Star, and he wanted to know everything I was going to ask him. And he only gave me one-word answers as well. But that's Corey. He's a man of only few words, but he's a very, very good greyhound trainer.
Oh, without a doubt. And look, they're also looking at moving their operation a little bit closer to Geelong as well, in Anarchy Way, I believe.
We've already been over that.
Oh, you've already been. Sorry, guys. I really am missing, but no, it was just fantastic to see, and I think I have to agree with you there. I think Corey's come such a long way. He's so open to everything and anything we throw at him now. So a big thank you to Corey and Sam.
Yeah.
But the next race we got coming up is the inaugural Cup Night match race. Now, an event that GRV are trying for the first time tonight, and I would suggest will be replicated, maybe some tweaks along the line as you do with races, but a $10,000 winner take all was the best two dogs on a number of criteria that was nominated for tonight. A very interesting race, a few discussions about had it have been different criteria, whether Junk Food Junkie would be in the race ahead of the two reserves, but on the criteria, it was spot on the way it was to advertised. Catch the Thief is $1.18 favourite, Junk Food Junkie $4.80. While two-dog match racing is as clean as you get, you also can get upset in a small dog field.
You can, but I think Catch the Thief is by far the class dog. Look, and I think we've probably all tipped Catch the Thief, but I think Junk Food Junkie can hold Catch the Thief out in the early part, and that's probably the one real upside to this match race is Catch the Thief's going to have to do it the tradesman's way. If you reverse the box draw, Catch the Thief's $1.06, $1.07. But the way the draw is, I think Catch the Thief's going to have to work, but I still think he's going to be too good. Junk Food Junkie, 29.41 at Sandown 2 runs ago. Do you know what we've got the hats on now as well?
I did note, I was having a bit of a chuckle to myself as I walked over and saw you guys looking like Santas.
Well, if Catch the Thief wins, it's nearly been a faultless night on the tip from myself, I must
4
say.
out of 4.
So
I tipped Leander.
Who did you go in the cup, Troy?
I went a special talent.
You went special talent,
Wick
huge
Quinella.
run.
I went
Yep.
8-2-1, so I got the try.
Okay,
anyway,
yep.
But yeah.
Molly?
All right.
You
Well,
Yozo?
yeah, I went
You Yozo.
Yozo.
Put your hat on then.
We're not too
And
far away. We're not too far
all
away.
right. I'll put my hat on then.
Now, while we talk about Catch the Thief, we've seen Catch the Thief compete in group races, 36 race starts, won 19 of them, 165,000 prize money. I happen to have access to Catch the Thief's little siblings, 4 brothers and sisters, repeat mating, born 9 days ago now. A couple of little dogs and bitches there. You'll see them on the screen. A bit of a photo there of the Catch the Thief. They're Aussie infrared Dundee Ellies. They're born 10 days ago. So if you're interested to see what a multiple Group 1 winner looked like when it was 10 days of age, there's a fawn dog in that litter there. You can have a good look there, and that's what he looked like.
I thought that was going somewhere else. If you're interested in purchasing one, give me a buzz.
Don't worry. They're not mine, but I can guarantee it.
He gets his
Text me, I'll get the owner's number. They'll sell
sales
something.
hat out.
Yeah.
No, Troy actually tricked me one night at Geelong before the Geelong Cup. And I feel so silly now, like upon looking back. So Troy brings out this gorgeous fawn greyhound. He goes, Molly, who does this look like? And I was like, all right, a fawn greyhound. I'm going to throw out there Catch the Thief because, the most notable fawn greyhound running around. Didn't tell me anything more than that until we figured out that it was actually a litter sibling to Catch the Thief.
25-45, I think she would have worked it out, wouldn't you?
Sneaky.
That is sneaky. Very sneaky.
But just look, good
Just
on him.
look at the form of Catch the Thief, and this is a credit to him. His last 4 starts, he hasn't won any of them. Behind Simon Told Helen, Music Event, Shimmer Shine, Tommy Shelby. Shimmer Shine, Tommy Shelby, Simon Told Helen. They're probably 3 of the biggest names. Horrible to say them all at once, but they're probably 3 of the biggest names in the greyhound game. So his form is huge. And Matty Clark came out with a massive statement. I heard somebody say this, so I believe it's true. You always believe what people say when they say it to you. A bit of a rumour. You always believe a rumour. But he said Catch the Thief could take the next step to being the best greyhound in the country. And that was a while ago. Had you heard that?
Yeah, he actually said it to me. He actually said it to me. So we go back to confidence again. Like, it's something I wouldn't have expected. Not doubting this dog whatsoever. We know Catch the Thief is an absolute star in his own right. But a big rap on this dog, and especially to compare it to Simon Told Helen, who I seriously think is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, look, Simon Told Helen's just about to crack $1 million. He's got a bit of a Group 1 hoodoo at the moment. It's old STH, though, up there at Dapto, and don't know what happened. Ricardo just went bang.
Ricardo was a machine. That's probably the
Well,
other thing.
did you hear about Flying Ricardo, though, how the lead-up was He had niggles through the week, and they gave him no chance to win. And I said, I was calling it Sandown after the race. I went on air and I just said, you can never underestimate the will to win. And flying Ricardo last week, he did enough to win, and then to come out and beat Simon Told Helen. And what he did was almost a bit hard style Rico-esque.
And Manila Nightish as well.
Yeah, but what he did to Simon Told Helen, as I've said, is what Simon Told Helen has done to everybody else for the last 12 months. So,
without a doubt.
Look, I thought that was huge. Catch the Thief now out to 122.
That's odds, I reckon. I would never take 122 in my life, but this dog has to be 122. It has to be shorter than 122, surely.
Yeah, look, $4.20 now. Junk Food Junkie halving its price, and Catch the Thief hasn't raced for 22 days. Does that potentially tell you it wasn't in a heat of the Cup either, Catch the Thief? So maybe the preparation's been a little bit limited, and people are looking into that and going, well, Junk Food Junkie's rock hard fit, contested the heats last week. Catch the Thief's never been to Ballarat. Do you know any more?
No, I don't know anymore. All I know it's gone from 122 into 118, and I think the freshen up will see Catch the Thief bounce back to his best and be very, very impressive. And the clock will be interesting.
Time.
To compare Catch the Thief against Yozo Bale. Let's say Catch the Thief is the winner. What are we looking on the clock?
24.83.
Molly?
Oh, look, I'll just go with what James is saying to tell you the truth.
I'll go 24.78.
I'm happy to say that when it comes to times, I have no judge. I can't do it.
My theory would be, my question to you, Molly, would be Yozo Bale or Catch the Thief, who would go faster?
Catch the Thief.
Catch the Thief. I think we all agree Catch the Thief is the best dog here at this meeting today, or tonight. I was going to say today, but it's definitely getting a little bit dark outside. But look, you're getting around $1.20. It's $1.50 on the tote in the head-to-head at the moment, so that holds up. $1.50 in a head-to-head match race looks pretty good price, but it's intriguing, isn't it? I love match racing. The thing I'd maybe love to see next year is we have a 4-series match race. So four lots of 2 dogs, I think, could be really good.
Yep. We're about to go down to the race now. This is the first of the Cup night match races. Great to see a few viewers, including Louise, that loves our hats. Catch the Thief is a $1.20 favourite ahead of Junk Food Junkie. Let's see what the match race brings.
Great winner Yozo Bale defeating Special Talent in the Ballarat Cup. 24.88 was the time. It's low flying. So we'll see what they can do here with just the 2 runners. With the Cup runner winning in 24.88. Catch the Thief is at 120. 140 the tote into even money. $2 super tab for Junk Food Junkie. There's still no move up at this stage for the 9th race. So runners at the starting point. Broadcast. Okay. So we're in a holding pattern apparently here for the 9th race on the card. And the favourite is $1.20 for Catch the Thief. $4.40 for Junk Food Junkie. And Catch the Thief is the clear favourite for Matthew Clark and the Ghost Syndicate. Louis Cardillo, G. Robertson, B. Markovic. And Junk Food Junkie raced by A-Lie. So the runners behind the boxes here at the 4:50 start. Only the 2 runners, obviously. And it's 122 for Catch the Thief. Now 125. So now they're moving in for the Cup Night match race. The green light on and we're set. They're ready. Racing, Catch the Thief was second away and Junk Food Junkie beat it out by about 2 lengths. So Catch the Thief's going to have to work to run the leader down. But here he comes out after the front runner, which is Junk Food Junkie. 1.5 lengths to Catch the Thief. Off the back straight, still Junk Food Junkie travels okay. Now Catch the Thief is throwing down the challenge on the outside. Catch the Thief moving up. He's 1 length in front now. And Catch the Thief, he steals the match race by about 2 lengths to Junk Food Junkie. And then came...
Well, if you took the 122, you may have lost a few stress kilos in the first 15 to 16 seconds. But
I reckon he was always going to run Junk Food Junkie down. But the time, 24.92, so we're both a little bit off, about 1.5 lengths. But was impressive though, Molly. Just a good dog doing what a good dog does.
Oh, without a doubt. I think although Junk Food Junkie did lead the race, like we mentioned, Catch the Thief was pretty much always going to be too strong. Really didn't matter what kind of race fitness was going to come out of it. We see the best of Catch the Thief over 500. I think it was a great addition to the Cup night. I think having a match race as a club manager, Troy, is that something that you'd be interested in, or do you like that kind of
Absolutely.
I suppose
absolutely.
change up?
Yeah, we obviously chat to the GLV racing team quite a bit when they have these sort of ideas, and I've had a conversation with Blake Reed about it and said it's a great idea as far as I'm concerned. The only thing I might have done differently was suggest that to be eligible you had to go around to the heats of the Cup to basically make it a two-dog consolation,
and
so to
entice
speak.
people to race in the heats
and perhaps
too.
if you do get enough noms, you have a second one worth 5,000 just to have
Well,
that component.
why-
But I really think, I mean, that was, despite the fact it looked like it should be an easy race, it was still a very good race, an entertaining race.
I love head-to-head match racing. I think
Yes,
it's
so do I.
fantastic, and I think what we should be looking at though is running like the Speed Star, where it's an 8-dog race, but effectively in lots of 2. Because you look at the reserves, Do It and Pirate Pete. I mean, that would be an awesome clash.
Yeah, it would be.
So look, we could effectively run similar type of prize money. Look, it's you could easily get 8 high-quality greyhounds to contest a Speed Star at Ballarat, and that was the first match race we've seen on the provincial circuit, apart from Manawatu the other day when all of the greyhounds had been knocked out with kennel cough.
I'm going back a long time now. I think the late 90s, we used to run a match race series at Singleton when I was involved there. We used to run 4 2-dog heats into a 4-dog final, and they were outstanding events as well, not the 466-metre horseshoe. And I know that the Sandown ones are great, but the horseshoe ones are just pure speed.
Yeah. You know what I'm really, really hanging out for?
What,
it's the
James?
most purest form of racing is up the straight at Hillsville, head-to-head. You know, it's
Match
a little
race up the
bit
straight.
like coursing. And my lovely wife at home, she's always coming up with ideas, and she
Would
said,
you do time trials? Would you do
What's
time trials up the straight? Years ago, these
effectively-
300-metre time trials.
You could do time trials, but the only concern is with straight racing in particular, you've got to be careful about the wind. You can't control the wind, and if the wind is to pick up or go from a tailwind to a headwind, you'd want to try and get them pretty close together. That would be the one challenge. But my lovely wife, she came up with the idea of having lanes. So it's almost like having an extra track beside Hillsville with lanes. Therefore, they're getting the perfect unimpeded run, and we get to find out who is the fastest greyhound that can hit the highest speed in the whole of the world. And I like the idea.
I like it. Chloe, ideas woman.
She is. She's an
genius.
ideas lady, and very, very good lady as well, I must say, to the lovely wife who hopefully is tuning in. She might be putting our little man to sleep now. He's 3 months of age, and Molly, I can say you're in for a good 2 or 3 months coming up. She's got something.
Sorry,
here.
I've just got a comment coming through. Matthew Clark, actually the trainer of Catch the Thief, has said that the dog was on his way back from injury. Was a shorter run last week. I can't even get my words out. So very, very happy with that. Warrigal Cup bound. You heard it here first. He's going to take on the Gippsland Carnival. So that is fantastic.
Yeah. And if he's still
Thanks
tuning
for that,
in,
Matty Clark.
if he's still tuning in, Matty, let us know what he thought of the run, because he had to work. It was a tradesman's type of win.
Absolutely.
24.92, half a length off the cup. He must be pretty happy. And does he still believe this greyhound can go on to take the crown as being Victoria's #1 sprinter?
Absolutely. We might be able to interview Matt over the comments section. I think that'd be a first, for me anyway. But Matt, thank you very much for that insight, and we're very much looking forward to seeing what Catch the Thief can do around Warrigal.
Absolutely. It's just Warrigal's, if he's got a one-turn big run and big race, Warrigal's it. That 460 is basically a 500. And he'd be very well suited to it, but it'd be a good race.
He's ran some quick times down at Warrigal, I think,
absolutely.
as well. Early days, that's where he started racing. But
And then what about playlist for, do you reckon he would go Sale Cup, or is that a little bit too far for him?
it's a tough one, the Sale Cup, isn't it?
It is.
Even now, you're sort of looking at the all-in market and you're going, gee, who would I have a little dabble on at the long price? And it's a tricky one, because you get greyhounds like at Gizmo, for example, who run a 33.94 at the Meadows a month or so ago, and if he runs up to what he can get at Gizmo, will he win a Sale Cup? Potentially. Houdini Boy, who'll come back from the 700, he's going to be a huge contender. Christo Bale, who had the look at Sale and got the job done over $6.50. Manila Knights value at $12 currently. You can shop around $12. And
Racer's Edge was very impressive at Bendigo last night, 37.70 odd over the first trip.
He's been on the Sale Cup trail for a while. He was meant to go around in last year's heats, and I think he had a little bit of an injury break. I don't know whether it was a back muscle or maybe a toe injury. But yeah, very, very glad to see Razor's Edge going around again.
The form too of Razor's Edge tonight, I know it was Resi Shout.
Yes.
Resi's Choice, Resi Shout, Resi's Choice.
Yep.
Either one. The one that ran race number 5 at 30-1 was beaten 5 lengths by Razor's Edge at the Meadows about 2 or 3 runs ago. So the form line is very good. But yeah, looking forward to getting down to Sale. I think, will the crew be back together for Sale?
Absolutely. I believe we are. Yep. I'll also be emceeing as well, so I'll be jumping in and out.
She's non-stop, I tell you.
Oh, incredible.
When will you slow down?
I don't know, February.
It'll all come to a halt.
Yeah.
I guess before we go, we'll just summarise the night's racing. Of course, we had the Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial Final was won by Quarantined. I suppose you look in hindsight now, the appropriately named greyhound was Quarantined. But an emotional and a very, I shouldn't say emotional, it was probably more an exciting and a happy, feel-good presentation, and it was wonderful to see the joy that everyone got out of that race. So congratulations to all concerned, including the Ballarat Greyhound Racing Club for the Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial Final. Race number 8, it was the Ballarat Cup Final. Yozo Bale made his second country cup in a couple of months over Special Talent and Fortuna Bale. And of course, we just had the match race where Catch the Thief was too strong for Junk Food Junkie.
Well, that's it, isn't it? It's been a wonderful night of racing, I must say. What was your highlight, Molly? Was it the Mandy Shaw? Not necessarily the greatest race on paper, but just such a great storyline behind that race. And Quarantine, well, the omen tip if there ever was one.
Absolutely. Look, without a doubt, the Mandy Mama Shaw Memorial, I think it meant so much to so many people. And Troy hit the nail on the head. It wasn't so much an emotional time. It was a celebration. And that's exactly what Mandy was all about. And I think it's fantastic. We can put on the race, and I'm so glad that it's on Ballarat Cup night so we can give it the hoo-ha it deserves. So that is my highlight for sure.
I agree. Look, I think the whole night's been a highlight because I've just about tipped every winner. So it has been good, though. I mean,
are you also asking Jeffrey in the comments section to say that you're a great caller as well? Did you ask for that? We've got Jeffrey here saying that James is a fantastic caller.
Oh, thanks, Jeffrey. You're a good man. That's what we want to hear. But no, look, it has been a great night of racing. And Yozo Bale, as I said, he took another step towards being a real superstar greyhound. And Catch the Thief just then, that was another statement type of run. He's got within half a length of the winner of the Ballarat Cup, who won it in a romp, let's face it. If he had performed like that in the Ballarat Cup, he would have been second right with Yozo Bale. And to do that off a sort of, I guess, an interrupted preparation, that's very exciting for Matty Clark and the team from down in Gippsland. And as we speak of Gippsland, the next time we join up and link arms again, but we don't touch, we link arms, visually, I guess you could call it. Not even visually, I don't even know the word, but the next time we do that will be Sale, and that is in Gippsland.
It'll be Sale on Boxing Day, and then we go to Warrigal in January. But we're certainly looking forward to Sale, and I've got to say congratulations to the Ballarat Greyhound Racing Club. Been a very quick turnaround from having nobody on Ballarat Cup night to having a couple of hundred people on Ballarat Cup night. I've got no doubt the clubs are going to certainly continue to welcome people back. I know as a club manager, on behalf of the other club managers in Greyhound Race Clubs Victoria, we thank everybody that supported these clubs over the last 9 months, and it won't be too far off. We are open the doors fully, but certainly to see people say to tinker back now, it's wonderful to do that, and congratulations to Ballarat for putting this together. Looking forward to a 500-person full house at Sale. Talking to Peter Johnson yesterday, and who knows, it could be 1,000 for Warrigal and so many after that. But we certainly thank everybody that's supported greyhound racing in general across the board, whether it be betting at home, whether it be buying a pup, whether it be supporting the greyhounds and the races, the clubs, the staff and everybody that certainly promoted greyhound racing. It's been wonderful, and certainly on behalf of the greyhound racing industry and us, I'd like to wish everybody in greyhound racing, our extended family, as I said during the week, the greyhound family, a very Merry Christmas, and looking forward to a massive 2021.
That was the longest speech of all time, Troy. But a huge thanks to everyone who has supported us, Lou and the team at GRV. It's great to be a part of these meetings and be able to bring it to you sitting on the computer or in the lounge room, wherever you may be tuning in via the socials. And look, I always say for our next meeting at Sale on Boxing Day, there's only one Boxing Day sale to get to, and that is Sale for the Sale Cup. It doesn't get any better than that.
How long have you been running with that for?
5 years
it's
been.
I was going to say.
Before we get off air, I've had a lot of people asking me, when will the Ready to Race auction series be bouncing back? And there's no better time to find out than with the manager of the Bendigo Greyhound Racing Association, Mr. Troy Harley. Can you answer that question?
Yep, insanely. It's going to be included in the Gold Rush Carnival. So just 7 race meetings, 11 days weren't enough. 2 auction days as well. So the Ready to Race auction will be on March 22 and 27 in the first week of the Gold Rush Carnival. So we'll go auction heats Monday, race Thursday, Friday, auction Saturday, race Sunday. Couple of quiet ones Monday, Tuesday, and we go Wednesday, Thursday racing, Saturday, Sunday racing. So Easter in Bendigo is it.
I love how he says he's busy, and then he's like, "Oh, I have Monday, Tuesday." What do you do on Monday and Tuesday? Nothing.
Sleep Monday and get ready again Tuesday.
There you go. Well, I can't wait. I'll be up there, hopefully, if you invite me to come back up, Troy. If not, I'll be purchasing or trying to get
The good thing
involved.
is you won that much tonight. You're going to come to Bendigo for nothing.
Well, that's
Great.
it, eh? I'll get up there and hopefully buy a couple of dogs. The kennel's getting a bit quiet at home, and the lovely wife said I can increase the numbers.
Brilliant.
She didn't say that.
Thanks very much, Molly. Thanks, James. Thanks, Cambo,
guys.
behind the scenes. And, of course, Clint that does all the wonderful lighting and all the photography. Thanks very much to Lucy Brennan from Ground
On
Racing
you, Luce.
Victoria and the Ballarat Club. And thanks to everybody that's tuned in and commented. And we'll see you on Boxing Night at Sale.